So PRRT is a molecular technique in which a radioisotope, which is labeled with a small body which actually targets a particular receptor which is known as the somatostatin receptor, is used to treat a specific kind of tumor known as a neuroendocrine tumor. Now, neuroendocrine tumors are malignant tumors which can arise from any part of the body. Most commonly, either they arise from the pancreas or any part of the small or large bowel, or can arise from the lungs, or in certain cases it can even arise from the adrenal glands, in which case they are known as pheochromocytomas, or they may arise along the sympathetic chain and be called paragangliomas. Now, these tumors, when they metastasize, they can cause a lot of problems in the patient initially, like things like flushing, weight loss, diarrhea, raised insulin levels leading to hypoglycemia, or it depends on if these neuroendocrine tumor cells, they secrete certain hormones which cause these changes in the body. So if it depends on the kind of neurotransmitter or hormone which this particular neuroendocrine tumor secretes, and the patient may have symptoms depending on the kind of neuroendocrine tumor which he has. Most patients may present with just diarrhea or increased acidity, or sometimes ulcers in the abdomen, may present with intestinal obstruction. Now, these neuroendocrine tumors, especially the well-differentiated neuroendocrine tumors, are often refractory to chemotherapy. So chemotherapy does not work for these tumors, and the method of choice or the treatment of choice for these kind of tumors is a targeted therapy called PRRT. Now, PRRT stands for peptide radioisotope therapy, which basically uses small peptides which target the somatostatin receptors which are overexpressed on these tumor cells, to both diagnose as well as to treat these tumor cells. So the small bodies which target these somatostatin receptors, which are labeled with certain isotopes like gallium-68, they are injected into the patient, and the scan is called a gallium DOTA knock or a gallium dotatate scan. Now, DOTA is a chelator, gallium is the radioisotope, and TOC or knock or tate, these are just the names of the peptides which are used to label this particular kind of tumor. So when this radiopharmaceutical, which has got a radioactive tail and it has got a peptide which targets this particular kind of receptor on the neuroendocrine tumor, is injected intravenously, it enters the bloodstream and it seeks out all those receptors which are expressed on the tumor cells. And because this is a very, very targeted process, this kind of therapy only images or only treats the metastatic neuroendocrine tumors and does not damage the surrounding cells, because the surrounding cells do not express these somatostatin receptors. So when we use a radioisotope which is capable of only imaging, we get a PET scan known as a gallium DOTA knock PET CT, which tells us, number one, not just whether a tumor is a neuroendocrine tumor or not. It tells us what is the extent of disease, whether the disease has metastasized or spread from the primary site into the other organs, like the most common organ being the liver. Sometimes patients may come with a lot of metastatic lesions which somebody has picked up on either an ultrasound or a CT, and we don't know where they are coming from, where is the primary. So the gallium DOTA-NOx scan also tells us in cases of neuroendocrine tumor as to where is the primary tumor, because the treatments will differ depending on the primary site of tumor. So if it is a primary which is coming from the pancreas, the treatment may be slightly different as compared to, say, a tumor which is coming from the small bowel or from the lung. So this is the imaging of neuroendocrine tumors, and you use something called gallium-68 DOTA-TOC or gallium-68 DOTA-NOx scan to image these neuroendocrine tumors. Now once we have imaged them, comes the next step as to how to treat them. So the same somatostatin receptor will now be targeted by another radioisotope, which this time is a radioisotope which has the capability to kill a cell. So these are typically called either beta emitting or alpha emitting radioisotopes. So the most common beta emitting radioisotope which is used for treatment of neuroendocrine tumors is lutetium-177. Lutetium-177 is a beta emitting isotope which is labeled with a small body which targets the somatostatin receptors which is expressed on these neuroendocrine tumor cells. It is injected either intravenously or sometimes even intra-arterially, especially in patients who've got a lot of disease in their liver. The isotope may be directly injected into the liver artery and thereby actually delivering the targeted radioisotope directly into the tumor sites in the liver. Now these radioisotopes then get stuck to the tumor cells. They are internalized, and because they are beta emitting or because they are emitting ionizing radiation or radiation which kills, these manage to kill these neuroendocrine tumor cells. And over a period of time, these cells undergo what is known as programmed cell death or apoptosis and autophagy, and the patient's tumor burden reduces, the patient's survival increases, and most importantly, the patient becomes symptomatically much better. Now, most neuroendocrine tumor patients may be asymptomatic except for having pain or weight loss, some of these kind of symptoms. But there are about 15 to 20% of neuroendocrine patients who will have a lot of symptoms depending on the kind of hormone which these neuroendocrine tumors are secreting. So patients may have a lot of diarrhea, a lot of palpitations, flushing, hypoglycemia, and PRRT not just manages to reduce the tumor burden on the patient, but also gives the patient a lot of relief from these symptoms. Now, PRRT may also be done with something called as an alpha emitter, and then it is called an alpha PRRT. Now, what is alpha? Alpha is just like you have radioisotopes which emit beta rays, you have radioisotopes which emit alpha rays. Alpha rays are much more potent in killing cells as compared to the beta rays, and that is why alpha PRRT is considered to be much more effective than beta PRRT. But where is the difference? The difference is that alpha rays will not have a very high penetration of within the tumor cells, and as a result, tumors which are large in size may not be adequately affected by the alpha emitting radioisotopes. So alpha emitting radioisotopes are primarily used for small volume disease, whereas the beta emitting radioisotopes actually are more suitable for patients who've got a large tumors and who've got a large burden of disease. The alpha emitting radioisotopes are things like actinium or bismuth-213. So these are the the common alpha emitting radioisotopes which are used in the treatment of neuroendocrine tumors, and this technique is called alpha PRRT.